Hello, hello, and welcome back to English Unlocked, the podcast where we make learning English, well, unlocked, and a whole lot of fun. I'm Clara, your host.
And I'm Ben. Happy to be back with you, Clara, and all our wonderful listeners out there.
Today, Ben, we're diving into a topic that might seem really simple on the surface, but it's actually one of the absolute best places for any English beginner to start building their confidence and their vocabulary.
Absolutely, Clara. We're talking about daily routines in English and making it super easy for beginners to use in conversation. It's truly foundational.
It is. You know, when you first start learning a new language, it can feel overwhelming. There are so many words, so many grammar rules. But focusing on your daily routine is like finding a clear path through a dense forest.
That's a fantastic analogy, because everyone has a daily routine, right? Whether you're a student, you work, or you're retired, your day has a rhythm, a sequence of activities. And these activities often use the most common, high-frequency verbs and nouns in English.
Exactly. Think about it. Waking up, eating, going to work or school, sleeping. These are universal experiences. So, when you learn to describe them in English, you're immediately equipping yourself with practical language you can use every single day.
And it's excellent practice for the present simple tense, which is a cornerstone of English grammar. When you talk about things you do regularly, things that are habits or facts, you're using the present simple.
So let's start with the morning, Ben. What are some of the first things people usually do? And how do we say them simply in English?
Okay, the very first thing for many of us is to wake up. That's when your eyes open and you're no longer sleeping. Then, usually a few minutes later, you get up, meaning you leave your bed.
Ah, the distinction. Wake up is the mental state. Get up is the physical action. Very important for beginners. After you get up, what's next?
Well, for me, and I think many others, it's brush my teeth and maybe take a shower. Some people get dressed right away, others later, and of course, eat breakfast.
Perfect. And we can add time to these, can't we? So, I wake up at 6 a.m. I brush my teeth at 6:15 a.m. I eat breakfast at 7 a.m. It's that simple. I plus verb plus at time structure.
Absolutely. And for those who drink coffee or tea, I make coffee or I make tea is a very common phrase.
Definitely. Then for many, it's go to work or go to school. Or if you work from home, perhaps start work or start studying.
Exactly. So we've covered a good chunk of the morning already. Wake up, brush teeth, take a shower, get dressed, eat breakfast, go to work, school.
Fantastic. Moving into the afternoon, what's a key activity there?
Lunch, of course. Eat lunch or have lunch. And then for many, it's continue working or continue studying. Perhaps take a break during the afternoon.
Good point on take a break. It's important to remember that not every moment of the day is structured work. Downtime is part of a routine too.
That's very true. And as the day winds down, we enter the evening. What happens then?
Ah, the transition from work or school, go home, or finish work or school. Then for many, it's make dinner and eat dinner.
Right. And after dinner, that's when a lot of people relax. Common activities include watch TV, read a book, listen to music, or spend time with family.
And finally, the end of the day. Go to bed and then, hopefully, fall asleep.
Perfect. So we have all these building blocks. Now, Clara, how about I try to put some of these together to describe a very simple daily routine, and you can ask me a few questions, just like a beginner might.
Excellent idea, Ben. I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, in the morning, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. I get up, brush my teeth, and then I have coffee. After that, I go to work. In the afternoon, I eat lunch at 1 p.m. I finish work at 5 p.m. and go home. In the evening, I make dinner, watch TV, and then I go to bed around 10 p.m.
That's a wonderfully clear example, Ben. So, Ben, what do you usually have for breakfast?
For breakfast, I usually just have coffee. Sometimes I eat a piece of toast.
And do you exercise in the morning or in the evening?
I usually exercise in the evening, after work. Not every day, but often.
Great. See how easy it is to ask and answer? These simple questions are fantastic for starting conversations. Listeners, you can use "What do you usually do in the morning?" or "What time do you wake up, eat lunch, go to bed?" Even a simple "Do you drink coffee, watch TV in the evening?" can start a great exchange.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to try these out. Now, Clara, what are some tips you'd give to a beginner who wants to master talking about their daily routine?
My number one tip is to start simple. Don't try to describe every single minute of your day. Pick 5 to 7 key activities and focus on those. For example, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I eat dinner, I go to bed. That's a complete routine.
That's fantastic advice. And I'd add, try to say your routine out loud every day. Even if you're just talking to yourself in the mirror, practicing speaking helps build muscle memory for your mouth and tongue.
Oh, that's a brilliant one, Ben. And also, try keeping a routine journal. Just a small notebook where you write down your day, perhaps 3 to 5 sentences, in English. Today, I woke up at 7:30. I had tea. I went to the shop. It reinforces the vocabulary and grammar.
That's an amazing tip, Clara. It makes it concrete. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. The goal isn't perfection, especially at the beginner stage. It's communication. People will understand you, and that's the most important thing.
So true. Embrace the mistakes as part of the learning journey. Another thing is to listen to others. Listen to how native speakers or even other English learners describe their routines. Podcasts like ours or YouTube videos can be great for this.
And if you can, find a language partner, even a fellow beginner. You can take turns asking each other about your routines. It makes the practice much more engaging.
Absolutely. It's all about consistent, simple practice. Don't try to learn everything at once. Small, steady steps will lead to big progress.
Well, Clara, this has been an incredibly useful episode. I think our listeners now have a clear roadmap for discussing their daily lives in English.
I agree, Ben. To quickly sum up, learning your daily routine in English is a fantastic starting point for any beginner. It introduces you to essential, high-frequency vocabulary and solidifies your understanding of the present simple tense, which is so crucial for everyday conversation.
Right. And by focusing on simple sentences and consistent practice, whether it's speaking aloud, writing in a journal, or finding a partner, you'll quickly gain the confidence to talk about your day and even ask others about theirs. It's a fundamental building block for becoming a more fluent English speaker.
Exactly. So start simple, practice often, and don't be afraid to just try it out. Your daily routine is your personal story in English, and it's a great one to share.
We hope this episode has inspired you to start describing your day in English. Give it a try.
Thank you so much for joining us on English Unlocked. We'll be back next time with more tips and topics to help you on your English learning journey. Until then, keep practicing.
Bye for now.